Hello, English learners. Welcome back to the Real English Podcast.
I'm Emily, and it's great to have you listening today.
And I'm Jack. We have a really interesting topic today.
We sure do. Today we're talking about giving constructive criticism.
Right. It's all about how to offer helpful feedback at work.
Exactly. You want to help someone improve without crushing their morale.
Have you ever given feedback that went badly, Emily?
Oh, definitely. I once told a coworker his presentation was boring.
Ouch. How did he react to that blunt comment?
He got very defensive. It made things awkward for weeks.
I believe it. It's so easy to sound too harsh sometimes.
That's why this upper intermediate lesson is so incredibly important.
Yeah. You have to move from blunt opinions to careful evaluations.
Right. You need softer phrases to protect those good office relationships.
We'll look at using modal verbs to make suggestions sound friendly.
And we'll talk about positive framing too. Are you ready?
I'm definitely ready. Let's get started with our vocabulary preview. Receptive. This is a great word for our topic today.
Yeah, it really is. What does it actually mean?
It means you are willing to listen to new ideas.
Exactly. If someone is receptive, they accept feedback easily.
Right. You definitely want your coworkers to be receptive.
Have you ever worked with someone who wasn't receptive?
Oh, definitely. They just stop listening and shut down.
That's the worst. Being receptive makes a huge difference.
Defensive. This one is the exact opposite of being receptive.
You're so right. I see it happen all the time.
When people feel attacked by criticism, they get defensive.
They try to protect themselves instead of actually listening.
Why do you think that happens so often?
Usually the feedback is just way too blunt or harsh.
Yeah, blunt words definitely cause a defensive reaction.
I know I get defensive if people are too harsh.
Me too. I think we all do it sometimes.
Sugarcoat. This is a fun word because it sounds so sweet.
It does sound sweet, but what does it actually mean?
It means trying to make bad news sound much better.
Like putting sugar on a bitter pill, right?
Exactly. You hide the real problem behind nice words.
Do you think we should sugarcoat our feedback at work?
Not really. We want to be polite, but still clear.
Good point. Softening language isn't the same as sugarcoating.
Right? You have to find that perfect balance every time.
Now that we know the keywords, let's see them in action.
That sounds great. Up next is the dialogue section.
Hey Chloe, do you have a quick minute to chat?
Sure, David. What's going on with you today?
I need to review Sam's new marketing plan this afternoon.
Oh, right. How's the new plan looking so far?
Well, the creative ideas are really great, but the budget section is a mess.
That's tough. Are you worried about his reaction to the edits?
Yeah, exactly. He usually gets so defensive when I suggest changes.
I see. You definitely don't want to crush his morale.
Right. But I also can't just sugarcoat the problems. The math is completely wrong.
Of course not. You just need to keep him receptive to your feedback.
How do I actually do that? Do you have any specific tips?
Have you tried asking him questions about his working process first?
That's a good point. It makes the review feel more like a friendly discussion.
Exactly. Then you can look at the budget issues together as a team.
I really like that approach. I'll give it a try later today.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's look at the vocabulary from that dialogue.
Yeah, they use some great words. Giving feedback is really tricky, isn't it?
It sure is. It is hard to find the right balance.
Exactly. The first word I noticed was defensive.
Right. They said the coworker gets so defensive. What does that mean?
Being defensive means you feel attacked. You want to protect yourself.
I see. Have you ever felt that way at work?
Oh, definitely. If someone criticizes my writing, I get defensive.
That's so normal. We usually use it with the verb get, right?
Yes, we usually say get defensive or become defensive.
That makes sense. But what if we do the opposite?
What do you mean? Like hiding the bad news?
Exactly. That brings us to our next word, which is sugarcoat.
Ah, sugarcoat. They said they can't just sugarcoat the problems.
Right. To sugarcoat something means to make it sound better than it is.
Why do we say sugarcoat? Is it like candy?
Yeah, like putting sugar on bitter medicine so you can swallow it.
That's a great visual. I try not to sugarcoat things.
Good point. We usually use this word in a negative sentence.
Exactly. Like, I won't sugarcoat it, the news is bad.
Right? So we don't want to sugarcoat, but we don't want them defensive.
That's the challenge. We want them to stay receptive.
Receptive. That's our final word today. What does it mean?
Receptive means you're open. You are willing to listen to new ideas.
I love that word. How do we usually use it in a sentence?
We often use it with the word to, like, receptive to feedback.
Are you usually receptive to feedback at work, Emily?
Mostly yes, but it really depends on how people say it.
That's so true. The way you deliver the message changes everything. So we know the vocabulary now.
Exactly. But how do we actually put these ideas into practice?
Right. Finding the exact words is always the tricky part.
It really is. You want to sound natural, right?
Yeah, you do. Let's look at some useful phrases.
Great idea. What's our first pattern?
Well, we talked about making sure someone is ready to listen.
You mean checking if they're receptive?
Exactly. A great way to do this is asking, are you open to?
Oh, I love that one. It gives them a clear choice.
It really does. You're simply asking for permission.
How would you use it at work?
I might say, are you open to hearing some thoughts on your report?
That sounds very polite. What about with a friend?
You could ask, are you open to a different approach?
Yeah, that feels very safe. They'll probably say yes.
What's next? We need to avoid making people defensive, right?
True. No one likes feeling attacked.
So, how do we soften our words?
I really like to say, I could be wrong, but
That's a classic phrase. Why does it work so well?
because you're admitting you might not have all the facts.
Right? It lowers the tension instantly.
Exactly. Have you used this recently?
I have. I told a coworker. I could be wrong, but it seems like these numbers are off.
That's much better than just saying, your numbers are wrong.
Way better. You can also use it for suggestions.
Like saying, I could be wrong, but maybe we should try this other software.
Exactly. It keeps the conversation friendly and collaborative.
So we have some polite phrases now. What about when we need to be very direct?
You mean when we want to avoid sugarcoating the bad news?
Yeah, when we just have to tell the honest truth.
A strong phrase for that is to be completely straightforward.
I see, that prepares them for honest feedback.
Right. It signals that you're about to be serious.
How do you usually use it in a sentence?
You might say, to be completely straightforward, this project needs a lot of work.
Ouch! But sometimes you just have to say it.
You do. Or you could say, to be completely straightforward with you, I disagree.
It's strong, but it's very clear. I really like it.
It definitely helps everyone get on the same page. Now that we understand how to give constructive criticism without sugarcoating it, keeping the other person receptive instead of defensive, let's listen to the dialogue one more time.
Hey Chloe, do you have a quick minute to chat?
Sure, David. What's going on with you today?
I need to review Sam's new marketing plan this afternoon.
Oh, right. How's the new plan looking so far?
Well, the creative ideas are really great, but the budget section is a mess.
That's tough. Are you worried about his reaction to the edits?
Yeah, exactly. He usually gets so defensive when I suggest changes.
I see. You definitely don't want to crush his morale.
Right. But I also can't just sugarcoat the problems. The math is completely wrong.
Of course not. You just need to keep him receptive to your feedback.
How do I actually do that? Do you have any specific tips?
Have you tried asking him questions about his working process first?
That's a good point. It makes the review feel more like a friendly discussion.
Exactly. Then you can look at the budget issues together as a team.
I really like that approach. I'll give it a try later today.
Welcome back, everyone. Did you catch all those details this time?
Listening a second time really helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I really love Chloe's advice at the end.
Me too. Asking questions first is such a smart move.
Right. It completely changes the tone of the meeting.
Exactly. It stops the other person from getting defensive right away.
I definitely need to remember that for my next project review.
We all do. It's a great way to handle tough feedback.
Now it's time for you to practice speaking.
We picked out some useful phrases from the conversation for you.
Yes, we want you to practice the pronunciation and rhythm.
You'll hear David say each phrase.
When you hear it, just listen and repeat after him.
Say it out loud if you can. Ready? Let's go.
Well, the creative ideas are really great. But the budget section is a mess. He usually gets so defensive when I suggest changes. But I also can't just sugarcoat the problems. The math is completely wrong. It makes the review feel more like a friendly discussion.
Great job with the practice, everyone.
Yes, well done. Practicing out loud makes a huge difference.
We really hope these tips help you at work.
Delivering criticism is never easy, but you can do it.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like and share it.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
That way you won't miss our future lessons.
Goodbye for now, and we'll see you in the next video.
See you next time. Happy learning!